We are part of a constant, interconnected cycle of birth, death, and resurrection. Our bodies decay into the earth to bring forth new life. Our energetic mind is returned to the universe to be repurposed. Art exists in this same cycle of death and rebirth. We participate in this by completing one project so that we can start anew. In service of the next project, we finish the current one. In service of the current project, we finish it so it can be set free into the world. Sharing art is the price of making it. Exposing your vulnerability is the fee. Starting 2024, I had a lot that I wanted to do. I had a lot of projects that I wanted to make, and I wanted North Pine Media to really grow because of it. Towards the end of 2023, I had about 4 different documentaries lined up that I wanted to make, and then I blew out my knee. I dislocated it, and then I had to deal with that whole situation. And I was in a sling for a while, and it took a long time to recover from that. But even still, I was able to shoot a documentary at the end of 2023 for Hello World. He's my friend from college. I shot that documentary on a bum knee, and then 2024 happened and I got creatively stuck. Releasing a work into the world becomes easier when we remember that each piece can never be a total reflection of us, only the reflection of who we are in this moment. If we wait, it's no longer today's reflection. In a year, we may be guided to create a piece that looks nothing like it. There's a timelessness to the work. Going into 2024, I had shot that documentary, and I probably have a 1.5 terabytes of footage that I can work with. Not really a cohesive story. I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to be a Netflix, HBO level documentary. I wanted it to be more than anything I've ever made before. But I think that's not really reasonable when I had never shot a documentary before. And so what ended up happening is I just didn't do any work because I wanted it to be perfect. And I just felt blocked. That initial spark is gone, and it's hard to get that back. And if you've been creatively blocked before, you know how difficult it can be. This is probably the worst creative block I've had. I really was just choked by this creative block of wanting it to be perfect and then not wanting to start a new project. So I was frozen. I was just sitting there stuck on this project, not working on the documentary and also not working on anything else. And that is awful. That's an awful feeling to be in, especially as a creative when you just want to make stuff. That's what you want to do with your life. And that's what I'm realizing now with this book is that you can't get frozen. The next thing needs to start because the work is only a reflection of the time. So I think I need to stop getting so hung up on perfection. If we train ourselves to step away from the work, to truly detach from it, to distract ourselves completely, to dive fully into something else, after being away for a long enough period of time, when we come back, we may just be able to see it as for the first time. This is the practice of cleaning the slate. The ability to create as an artist and experience the work as a first-time viewer, dropping baggage from the past of what we thought you wanted the work to be. The mission is to be in the present moment with the work. So what did I do? I stepped away. I made a clean slate like what this book says, and I pivoted a little bit. I realized that I'm not going to make a Netflix documentary my first time out. So what I did is I cut a lot of the stuff that I shot, which is unfortunate because I shot a lot of good interviews, but I simplified it just so it's interviews with Drew walking around his hometown. And you'll have to see the video to figure out what I'm talking about. It's less of a Netflix documentary, it's more of a vlog style, more of like what I've been making with these videos, which I think makes a lot more sense for my style, at least right now, and is much more doable for a run and gun operation like what I did for the documentary. So hopefully the documentary works. I simplified the work and I realized that the best work is the work that I put out. I shot that documentary in December. At this point, I just need to put it out there. For better or worse, it just needs to be out there. I also started making these videos, putting out work and gaining my confidence back, getting the work done. And that's what these videos have kind of been for me, flexing that creative muscle that had kind of been dormant for the better part of 2024, really. I think that's everything I needed to say for this section. Also, I really hope you can hear me because it's pretty windy out here. Putting these DJI mics to the test, we'll see how it is. But look at this, this is unreal. When you believe the work before you is a piece that will forever define you, it's difficult to let it go. The urge for perfection is overwhelming. It's too much. We are frozen, and sometimes end up convincing ourselves that discarding the entire work is the only way to move forward. The The only art the world gets to enjoy is from creators who have overcome these hurdles and released their work. Art doesn't get made on the clock, but it can get finished on the clock. Again, I was trying to get this perfection. I wanted perfect. But by wanting perfection, then it ends up not being a reflection of where I am at in my career as a creative, and also a reflection of that moment in time. The documentary is about Drew coming home, so the longer I wait, the less impact it has, because it's not a reflection of that time. So all this is to say is that I'm putting it out. I'm putting a deadline on it. It's coming out this week. It's never going to be perfect, and I need to get over that. I've held on to it for long enough, and I need to just let it go. It's not going to be what I intended it to be when I first started it, but it's going to be what it is. For my own creativity, for my own brand, I just need to put it out. So it's coming out this week. I'll link it in this video also so you can watch it. It's not going to end up being what I had in mind when I shot it, but I think it'll still be cool, and it'll be a reflection of that time. I am creating, I am putting it out. One of the greatest rewards of making art is our ability to share it. Even if there's no audience to receive it, we build the muscle of making something and putting it out into the world. Finishing our work is a good habit to develop. It boosts confidence. Despite our insecurities, the more times we can bring ourselves to release our work, the less weight insecurity has. I need to put out work, and that's what these videos have been all about, and that's also what has helped me get out of this creative rut. Working that muscle of making something and getting it out has helped me immensely. Not getting too hung up on the details, not worrying about perfection, but just putting something out every week has helped a lot. I've really enjoyed making them, and they've helped me get out of my creative block for sure. And I'm still kind of in this creative block, but I'm on the way out. These videos, releasing this documentary, flexing that muscle of creating is helping me get out. I'm still in it, I'm not in the clear yet, but we're getting there. And with that, I'm also getting away. I'm up here for a bachelor party in beautiful northern Minnesota on Lake Superior, and I'm really trying to reset my brain and just relax. And we're going on a kayaking trip in like an hour, so I actually got to get back here. So check out the documentary, I'll link it in this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching these videos as much as I've enjoyed making them, and enjoy these clips of me getting away and resetting.
You pulled away just to find your balance. I'm full of things I could say. If you've got the space, then let's talk about it. I'm up for your type of day. You pulled away just to find your balance. I'm full of things I could say. If you've got the space, then let's talk about it. I'm up for your type of day. It's a predicament, isn't it? Living with what's given while wanting it different. All of these walks, talking through what is dissonant. Thought I might be farther into feeling what's infinite, but you're not one for judging, it's not really a contest. Stopping every step just to process your context.